Let me be honest with you. I used to think sunscreen was optional, something you packed for the beach, or maybe applied on a super sunny day. Every other step in my routine felt important. But SPF, I would skip it more often than not. And for a while, it seemed fine, until it wasn't. Slowly, I started noticing the signs: uneven skin, this dull kind of tired look, and sensitivity that I just couldn't explain. I kept asking myself, why isn't my skin improving? That's when it hit me. Sunscreen wasn't just about avoiding sunburns. It was about protecting my skin long term, and skipping it had left me with damage I couldn't ignore. Hello there, and a warm welcome back to the Mindful Desi. Think of it as our little space to talk about skincare, wellness, and mindful living with a touch of science, but always kept simple and real. I'll share what's worked for me, what hasn't, and the lessons I've learned along the way. My hope is that something here makes your own journey feel a little lighter too. For years, I built my skincare routines around cleansers, serums, and moisturizers. But sunscreen? I only reached for it on beach trips. I didn't realize that day after day, UV rays were quietly breaking down my skin barrier, speeding up aging and triggering irritation. By the time I finally noticed the damage, sensitivity, uneven tone, this constant dullness, it was already there. That's when it clicked me. My skin didn't just need repair, it needed daily protection. The first thing sunscreen protects us from is UV radiation. And not all UV is the same. UVB rays in the 290 to 320 nanometers range are the ones that burn. They damage the outer epidermis and can even leave mutations in our DNA called thymine dimers. That's actually physical damage to the genetic code inside our cells. UVA rays, the longer ones in the 320 to 400 nanometers range, sneak in deeper. They don't always leave a burn, but they quietly break down the collagen and elastin, leading to wrinkles, sagging, and long-term weakening of the skin's support system. Here's how I like to picture it. Your skin cells are like books in a library. UVB leaves visible ink stains on the pages, easy to see. UVA slowly weakens the spine of the book, so the whole thing starts to fall apart. Over time, both kinds of damage add up: uneven tone, premature aging, and in some cases, skin cancers. That's when I realized sunscreen isn't just about beauty or vanity. It's about protecting our health every single day. The second piece is free radicals, which are the unstable little molecules created when UV radiation interacts with the skin lipids and proteins. This process is called oxidative stress. Free radicals snatch electrons from the healthy molecules, creating a chain reaction of damage. It's like a spark catching on dry leaves. Once it starts, it spreads fast. Antioxidants like vitamin C or E can neutralize some of those sparks, but they can't stop them all. Sunscreen, on the other hand, prevents many of those sparks from being generated in the first place. Without it, every day I skipped SPF, I was basically letting the oxidative stress chip away at my skin's proteins, lipids, and even collagen. And then there's inflammation, like we saw in the last video. When UV light hits the skin, it triggers inflammatory mediators like cytokines and prostaglandins. That's your body trying to defend itself. But when it happens every single day, it wears your skin down. Chronic low-grade inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging, is one of the fastest ways the skin barrier weakens and ages prematurely. It's like leaving the door open in the middle of a storm. Day after day, the wind and the rain slowly damage everything inside. That was my skin without sunscreen. always a little inflamed, never fully at peace. Once I made sunscreen a daily habit, the shift was real. My sensitivity started improving, the redness faded, and my skin tone began to even out. It wasn't dramatic overnight, and that's important. Sunscreen isn't about instant results. It's about quiet consistency that pays off over months and years. I also noticed something else. My other products started working better. My moisturizer finally kept my skin calm all day. Serums actually had a chance to support my skin instead of fighting against damage. It felt like giving my skin a new baseline, one that was steady, calm, and protected. Now, I'll be real, I have tried a lot of sunscreens. Some from the drugstore, some pricier ones with fancy new filters. Some left a cast, some felt greasy, and some melted right into my skin. What I have learned is this: the best sunscreen isn't the most expensive or the trendiest. It's simply the one you'll actually wear every single day. For me, that's the only rule that matters. I also see it now as more than just skincare. It's self-care, a daily reminder that I'm worth protecting. Looking back, this whole experience showed me something bigger. Skincare isn't just only about fixing problems once they appear. It's about preventing them in the first place. And sunscreen is the simplest daily step that quietly does that. If you have skipped sunscreen because it felt optional or because you thought you didn't need it, maybe this can be a gentle reminder. Your skin is worth protecting, not just from the burns today, but from the kind of damage that builds slowly over time. So whether you're 20 or 60, oily skinned or dry, sunscreen is one of those rare steps that serves everyone. It's not about fear, and it's not about chasing perfection. It's about choosing peace of mind for your skin every single day. Fewer regrets, more prevention. Less reacting, more living. Because in the end, sunscreen isn't just skincare, it's self-care. And that's something we all deserve. Here's to keeping things simple, staying mindful, and staying curious. If you enjoyed this little chat, the best way to support is to like the video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe so we can keep learning together. And I would love to hear from you too. Have you ever been through something like this? Or is there a topic you would like me to cover next? Drop it in the comments. I would love to connect.